Hello guys, thank you for joining me here at Leaping Lotus Tarot. I have a Moonology Oracle deck that we're going to dive into today. Just remember, readings are timeless, so whenever you hear them is when you're meant to receive the message. But what's unique about today is that when I'm recording this, it is the pink full moon, April 12th, 2025. So it's very fitting that we have a Moonology Oracle deck to get us started here. We're doing a Taurus reading, if I didn't say that already, so let's see what the Moonology Oracle has to say about this reading, getting the intention set up for us here. As always, I will include in the description box the decks that I use in case you want to get them. Please only take the messages that resonate for you and leave a dozen for somebody else. Ground in the present moment by taking a breath. Let's find a message for Taurus in this Moonology Oracle. Okay, we have your hard work is paying off, new moon in Capricorn. So that's interesting. Definitely earth energy coming through strong here with hard work and dedication. That is also very representative of Taurus as well. So we maybe have some sort of message in regards to work. I think we should get one more oracle message before we get into the tarot here. Let's see, is there one more message that wants to come through? Is there one more message that wants to come through? Also keep in mind that feminine and masculine energies are interchangeable as well. Okay, we have a new romantic cycle begins, new moon in Libra. Wow, so that's definitely synchronistic. The moon that we have today, the pink moon, is in Libra. So this is our card right here. A new romantic cycle begins. Also, conveniently enough, the Libra new moon speaks to like relationships and stuff like that and harmony, and I'm using the rose quartz as well, which is a love related gemstone. So we've got that. So hard work, romantic cycle, step out of your comfort zone. Interesting message there. North Node. And then we also have it's time to release negativity, full moon in Scorpio. So what I'm kind of getting with so far with this is that there may be somebody who's seeking a new beginning in a romantic connection, but it's sort of like they're having to release doubt around the situation. So the hard work and releasing the negativity, stepping out of your comfort zone. It's like someone's putting an effort into a connection that maybe they don't feel worthy of, or there's something kind of going on with that. So let's see. Let's find out about this. Tell me about this romantic cycle. Oh, we got a lot of cards here. We've got the Wheel of Fortune. We've been getting the Wheel of Fortune out a lot lately in a lot of readings. Luck, Destiny, Fate, Page of Pentacles. This is an interesting depiction of the Page of Pentacles. So this is somebody who's like embarking on a journey into like finance or abundance. They're usually pretty excited about whatever this thing is that they're pursuing, but this person's kind of got their head on their hand and they're looking at this coin. They're all making themselves small. So there is something about insecurity here, or something about not feeling worthy, maybe about the effort that they're putting into maybe a connection. Page of Swords in reversed. A lot of page energy here, which just represents, you know, not a very developed, you know, it's kind of a immature, and it's not necessarily saying somebody here is immature, but what it's saying is like, it's not a queen energy or a knight or an emperor or a king, right? It's a page. It's somebody who's just less evolved in things. And so in this case, it's saying in communication. In this case, it's saying, you know, as far as if they want to move towards something on the earth plane. We have a Seven of Swords here. This is a deceit card. Someone could be lying to themselves. We have a Knight of Swords in reversed. Again, just that inability to move forward, inability to communicate. Wow. So tell me about this negativity that somebody's having to release and stepping out of the comfort zone. What's the message behind the negativity in the comfort zone? Tell me about the negativity. Tell me about the comfort zone. What does that represent? I feel like it has something to do with that. It says Nine of Cups. What I usually take with this meaning of the Nine of Cups is like things are going really great. There's a lot of gratitude here, but this is not the Ten of Cups. There's one more step. So I feel like whoever this person is, I think that the last piece to this is their counterpart is what it feels like. So if it's a new romantic cycle beginning, also the pages can also represent like kind of coming into like a new cycle. So yeah, it just feels like somebody has a lot. They have a lot of great things already, but the one missing piece might be this person for them. So tell me about the cycle. It just seems like something that's relevant about a cycle. as far as a romantic thing. And also the fact that we're talking about the moon, right? The moon has cycles. What's the cycle energy? Oh, and also to the Wheel of Fortune, right? We haven't even really touched on that. And that's a wheel, right? It's a cycle. So there's something about a cycle. We've got one card. Let's see if there's another one. What's the cycle or the... Okay, let's start with the one card first. Page of Pentacles in reversed now. I just feel like somebody's back and forth about a decision. Oh, because maybe they're afraid it's going to cause them heartbreak. Three of Swords. They're afraid of the pain here for sure. They can't decide. Two of Swords in reverse. This is indecisive. Yeah, they cannot decide, but they want to decide. But it's really hard for them because they're holding closely to the chest here with the Four of Pentacles. They're, again, with the imagery of somebody being balled up and small, they're just holding onto these pentacles very tightly. And the Page of Pentacles being in reverse too, it just feels like somebody's holding close to their money. Somebody's holding close to they just don't want to make a decision to embark on something. The Hanged Man, Pisces energy here. Just, yeah, not moving forward. So this is a pause and surrender card. It's somebody suspended in midair and they're not able to move forward. They're stuck, right? That makes a lot of sense too with that Two of Swords. Again, a stuck energy and not being able to move forward energy. Same with, you know, the reversals we've had with the Page energy. They just can't move forward. The Sun was in reverse. We got to ask about that. That's a very, that almost reminds me of the Nine of Cups. Let's see. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Hermit reversed, Virgo energy. Okay. Somebody does want to come out of their shell with something. Somebody does want to say something, but they're just not at that point yet. So I guess just tell me more about that. Tell me what somebody wants to say. This person wants to say, I cannot begin a new emotional connection with you, Ace of Cups in reversed, but I have like nostalgic or emotional feelings for you with the Six of Cups. I feel like comfortable with you or at one with you or at peace, like we're soulmates somehow, like we're meant to be together, but I can't. Ace of Cups in reverse. So I guess we got to ask, why is the Ace of Cups in reverse? Why can this person not step out of their comfort zone? Is it too much of like a sibling connection? What is this? Page of Pentacles upright. Okay, the Page of Pentacles has been the message. There's something really big here about like finance, and they keep looking at this pentacle like there's a decision around something with like finance or earth energy, work, something about like the beginning stages of this are just too overwhelming for them. They cannot, can they not like afford this connection? Like is there somebody that they want that they feel like is going to like take all their money or is going to... Four of Cups in reversed. Okay, they don't think they're going to take their money, so that's not what it is. What is the Four of Cups in reverse? What are they really afraid of? What is that Seven of Swords that we got? What is that deceit? What is so hard about this comfort zone? It's like they have a comfort with this person because the Six of Cups, so it's not like the person themselves is uncomfortable. But that communication somehow. Nine of Wands. A Wounded Warrior card. We did have that Three of Swords too. So I think this really just may be somebody who's, you know, making excuses as to why this connection can't happen. But really what it is, it's a fear of pain. It's a worry around getting hurt. And I think that's just validation that we have here because we have Three of Cups in reversed. So for somebody, it could be a third-party situation. Maybe they can't move towards this situation because somebody else is with them. But, you know, we got the Ego and Pride card here with the Six of Wands. We got this passion, Eight of Wands, movement, moving quickly, right? So when we had that Knight of Swords in reverse earlier, that's like the opposite of this, right? That's just like, I can't move forward. I can't go quickly. This is like saying, no, I want to come forward quickly with like communication and passion. So I think that's just validation for what I was just saying, you know, and being proud and in my, you know, my empowered state. So I think that's just validation about somebody's just so worried about getting hurt. It's like that. This is how they want to approach the situation, right? This is how they want to on the white horse, looking so, you know, fierce and proud and wonderful. But like they just, this is the truth of the situation right here. There's this Nine of Wands, this tired, fatigued, you know, this Page of Pentacles with their hand. And like, this is just how they feel. They don't feel how they want to feel about it. I have not asked much about the Wheel of Fortune, and I've been getting that a lot, so I'm kind of curious as to what the context of the Wheel of Fortune is for this particular reading. Let me get my rose quartz back out here. Let's clear up the rose quartz. Tell me more about the Wheel of Fortune and how that plays into all of this. The luck, destiny, fate. All right, we got two out. We have the Empress in reversed, and we also have Two Two of Swords, but now it's in the upright. So what I'm getting with this is like maybe he's unsure how she would choose as well. So like even if he were to decide and be able to come forward with a communication, maybe that's not what she wants. Maybe he's not clear on how she feels either. And I mean, that would definitely make sense why someone would be so indecisive to do something if they're not even sure how the other person feels about the situation. So let's ask about this Empress reverse. I'm getting it from the Oracle. For some reason, I felt called to check into the Oracle to tell us about this Empress in reverse and how she feels. Tell me about the Empress here, the feminine. Your hard work is paying off. No way. New moon in Capricorn. There is definitely a mirroring energy here. Could be an earth sign as well. Remember at the bottom of the deck, we had the Hermit in reverse. So there could be something here about another earth sign. Page of Swords again in the upright now. Something about that communication, right? You could also be dealing with the Pisces when we talked about the Hangman. So those are the kind of the signs that we're getting through here. We got Judgment, Libra energy. Makes sense with that full moon that we're dealing with in Libra, right? That pink full moon. So with the Judgment card, it just seems like it just feels like a big moment. I don't know how else to explain it other than it's like whatever this decision is to communicate would change a lot of things or disrupt a situation or I guess tell me about Judgment. Give me a little more details about Judgment. King of Swords. I do feel like this masculine energy does want to be empowered in communication. Maybe they already are a good communicator and this is like very frustrating to them that they are so good at this thing about communicating and then they're not actually, they're coming through as like a Knight of Swords in reverse and a Page of Swords in the reverse, but really they're like a King of Swords. It's like, I'm a good communicator and I can't even speak. Like I can't even like get out my emotions and how I feel here. So tell me about that hard work paying off. The fact that that Oracle message came out again in regards to the Empress. Ace of Wands upright. Passion. But here for her we have the Wheel of Fortune in reversed. She's definitely like very similar to this masculine that we're getting, but she's very different at the same time because we have Queen of Cups in reversed. I think she's just not reciprocating that emotion on the same level, which makes sense why he was so unsure about opening up to her because of that Ace of Cups in reverse. But she's got an Ace of Wands here, so we need to ask what she's passionate about. What is she passionate about? What does this Ace of Wands represent for this Empress in reverse, Queen of Cups in reverse, Two of Pentacles and Seven of Pentacles? She's balancing and growing into something else. She's putting her energy into growing something else, and whatever it is balancing for her. Maybe she is a Libra. The Moon in reverse. Wow, and so when we had the Hanged Man with him, Pisces energy, I believe the Moon is also, it's either Cancer or Pisces. I think it's Pisces as well. It's just everything that she's having is like coming through as the opposite. It's like they value the same things, but there's just an opposite. It's like he wants to move forward and she's like, no, I'm working on myself and I'm balancing things. Like I'm focused in a completely other direction. Why is the Moon in reverse? Is she not listening to her intuition or something? Page of Wands. I just think that she's got a different focus, a different passion, and a different path. She's just focused on wand energies and passion and starting over in a new direction of that, whereas he's like already been living his passion and he's tired. Your hard work is paying off. I guess we'll just ask the final outcome. Are these two coming together after all this hard work? Or is her passion just in something completely different? And Four of Swords in reversed. Whatever it is, they're going to come out of that that kind of Hermit energy we saw at the bottom of the deck. They're going to come out of that Hanged Man energy. This is like contemplative and meditative, and so that whole pause situation and not moving is going to change. Okay, what else? Ten of Swords in reversed. I think they'll come to find that this is not going to be so heartbreaking and so much of a betrayal as they think. I think that they'll be pleasantly surprised by how maybe she reacts to this communication if he actually comes forward and says something. Five of Swords, it just seems like somebody has to sit around and think about it longer. Somebody's, yeah, they just are having to think about this. I mean, the sword is, you know, clarity, communication. It's air energy, right? And so here we again, somebody in a small pose with their head in their hand, thinking about stuff. Thinking. Whole lot of thinking. Six of Swords in reversed. Even though they're thinking a whole lot, it's not like something they're going to just walk away from or move away from. You know, they're dedicated to this path, so maybe they just feel like this opportunity will just continue to be around for them. Maybe they don't feel like there's some sort of deadline on this or some sort of time crunch. Any final messages? Queen of Wands upright. I mean, she could be a fire sign potentially. If she's not an earth sign, she could be Sagittarius, Leo, or Aries. You know, could be Virgo or Capricorn here. But yeah, whoever she is, she's coming through with a ton of passion. I guess I just need to ask, like, what's she so passionate about? I just feel like there's something significant here that we need to know about passion. Seven of Wands. She's working hard at something. She's coming through with the sevens, okay? So she's really building and growing something that's tough. And yeah, because she had the Seven of Pentacles, now she has the Seven of Wands. So she's tending to a garden. She's working on something, whether it's internal or external. It's not easy to do, and she's just focused. I mean, that's what her passion's coming through as, is just a focused energy. I don't think she's distracted by all the emotional things. Queen of Pentacles in reverse came out flipped in the deck. Again, could be an earth sign. I think she's coming through as like passionate right now, like she's coming through with a lot of fire energy, but maybe she is an earth sign. That's kind of what I'm getting. Okay, so I'm just going to ask the Oracle one final message before as we, what's, you know, one thing we need to wrap up this reading. One final Oracle message to tie it all together. A new start is coming, new moon. I mean, we're in the moon right now, the full moon. So, you know, all of this tension and this lack of communication is what's been going on, and it's super stagnant, but it's changing. There's a new romance blossoming from this. There's a new start coming. So hard work's paying off, you know, for both parties. I think, like I said, they're very much in a similar boat, but they're sort of reverse mirroring each other. Like, it's a very weird situation with it. So anyway, hopefully you got a message from that resonated for you. You know, definitely don't take this too discouragingly. There's a new start with things. So even though this may feel like the energy you're dealing with now, it's going to change. Like, this is definitely going to shift. And I think pretty soon, because we had a lot of messages that alluded to the fact that there's stagnation, but there's movement wanting to happen. So again, I hope you found something in that. Hit like and subscribe if you have not already. Drop a comment. I love hearing from you guys. And as always, we will see you next time.